evening. Let's go and down some bosses, hopefully.
Yeah, that's the plan tonight. We're going to try and down some bosses and see if we can get a little bit further in this game. It takes a while. But... Okay. I was really worried there for a second because I already heard my voice crackling. I was like, oh, son of a bitch. Don't make me have to restart everything. Okay, so first things first, let's go ahead and start things up with the boss that we were working on. The ever-wonderful Ebrietas, Daughter of the Cosmos. And actually, really quick, could you adjust your camera so that it's a little bit lower? Because you're like barely in there. There we go, yeah. Okay. And I think I'm good, so yay! How are we doing, Andrea?
Oh, just fine for a Tuesday.
Yeah, happy Tuesday. However long that works. Oh yeah, let me give you the chat here. And here we go. So the goal is at least one of these bosses has to die. One of them. We'll see what happens.
Did you grind for any stuff?
Nope.
Nope.
Had no time. So we're going to see how well this goes. I mean, I've still got like 300 plus blood vials. So
okay.
I'm not too worried about it, but I mean, if it gets bad, then like we can just do some grinding on stream. I really don't care. That's the kind of game that this is. Yeah, have you had a good day, Andrea? I've had a fascinating.
Yeah, mine was fine, you know.
Andrea knows my fascinating day. I apparently, I accused a YouTuber of having a bad take on an opinion. And how dare I have an opinion? How dare I? I'll explain in a minute, but as we kind of pointed out, Ebrietas takes a lot of my focus.
Definitely.
Ow! Oh, jeez.
Oh
okay.
my gosh.
Well, that was fun. Jeez, that arm. He's a big boy. Oh no! Oh crap! Let's see. Hello.
Hello.
Stelios. I'm gonna die anyway. Stelios 17. Hello from Greece. Hello, my friend.
Hello.
Welcome to Drak immediately dying in Bloodborne, because you know that happens. So yeah, apparently people got mad that I called out a popular YouTuber for having, in my opinion, a bad take, and I said as much. And now I've had an interesting day because I've had one of his fans deciding to give me crap, and I'm not blaming the YouTuber, because I can guarantee you, I bring this up to the YouTuber ain't gonna know jack about it. Because that's the way it is. Like sometimes when you have followings like that, they're individuals and they can do things of their own accord. This guy is just butthurt that I called out his god, basically. Because the way that he's acting is, I offended him by calling out this streamer slash YouTuber that he idolizes. So I just find it funny. And I said as much in the comments. It's like, oh, this is bullcrap. Oh, like, I can think of a dozen things that are a better use of my time. And this guy is, like, as soon as I write anything in the comments,
you're dead.
He is back there a minute later to go respond. Which tells me you don't have a lot to do. So if you think that I'm being mean, I really am not. I just find it funny, is all. I find the whole situation funny. I was even laughing when I told you. It's like, this guy is full of crap. Okay, so let's try this again, and with concentration this time. So I hope you don't mind, Stelios, if we get your name wrong occasionally, because, you know, we're old farts, and occasionally we murder names. Or okay, fine. I murder names. It just happens. I don't mean to.
Well, you're better at figuring out names than I would.
Well, I mean, that doesn't say much. I could be getting it wrong, too. It could be Stelios, and I don't know. But oh, I hate it when the camera does that. I really do.
Jeez. I wish you could just chop arms off.
It would be great, wouldn't it? Like, at least kind of cut the tentacles off or something like that, but no, can't do it. It'd be great if you could, though, wouldn't it?
Oh, definitely.
I mean, the other thing, too, would be, like, if we could somehow, like, cut the head off and just beat the crap out of it. That'd be funny, too. It would also be funny just to see Ibrietas, like, pick it up and put it back on his head. But we can't be funny in games like these. We have to be scary. But I guess my answer is, why can't we be funny and scary at the same time? You know, like Van Helsing. There we go. Okay. So really quick, I also want to try this out because some people were still asking why I wasn't using the Tonitrus. The main reason I wasn't using it is because, I mean, yeah, the elemental attack is great, but after a few fights, it needs to be repaired because this is the special ability of it. So, I mean, I can do it, but I don't know if it's going to do much. Because when we were using the lightning paper on the cleaver, it didn't do much. But why not? We'll do this. Whoa. Ow!
Ow.
Oh! I want body, I don't want that.
I was gonna say, I'm like, I'm sorry.
This is the part that's a little frustrating to me, is you can technically lock onto two spots. You can lock onto the head and you can lock onto the body. And most of the time, you want to be locked on to the body. But the head, sometimes you lose track of the target, and it immediately puts you on the head. And the head is like the worst way to do it, because that's when you get the funky camera. Because of the damn head. See, and I'd argue that didn't do much. Like, we were seeing slightly increased numbers, but not enough that it's worth paying a repair bill for the Tonitrus. I mean, maybe I'd be willing to do it for Ludwig's Holy Blade, just because it does technically more damage. And I technically get a little bit more reach out of the sword. Okay, here we go. We are going to be quiet. They tend to know what Drak is doing. Oh, fuck that.
Apparently, you gotta run diagonal to avoid the light.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking we needed to happen. So you basically just need to run and sidestep to be able to avoid that. We gotta get to that phase again. So you're watching a guide. What weapon are they using?
I couldn't tell what weapon they were using, but it was just, they recommend blade that does like a fast weapon with high DPS. And boy, do they get so much hit off of it.
See, I can kind of get that with this sword. The only thing that's a downside is that this sword doesn't do much damage. So you're basically tickling Ibrietas to death. But I wouldn't be using as much stamina. Okay, let's do this again. Okay. See, if I play this little, like, touch-and-go harassment kind of game, kind of works out. Whoa!
Jeez.
Oh! The camera got stuck! Why did the camera get stuck? Why did the camera get stuck, Andrea? I was doing good. And it got stuck for me. Ah.
And yeah, I don't know how this person stayed right in between this area.
Yeah, I've watched videos like that. I have no idea how they did it. It's actually, like, damn frustrating. Just curious, what is he using?
Looks like that saw thing, the saw cleaver.
Oh, the saw cleaver, and he is using some lightning damage on it. Yeah, it's a touch and go kind of thing, because technically both my cleaver and Ludwig's Holy Blade are about the same damage. I would say there's maybe like 2 or 3 points between them, and it would be in Ludwig's favor. Why are you doing that? Is he locked onto him at all?
I know a lot of them say they don't lock on, so unless, of course, if you're not good at keeping...
I'm almost tempted to try and do it not locked on.
If you can just do it blindly and not see what he's...
Or at least, like, utilize the lock-on, but not as much as I am. Mm-hmm. Like, make sure that I can kind of do it proper, but also turn it off when... like I get between his little butt tentacles. That's a word you didn't think you'd use. Butt tentacle. It's a tentacle for the buttocks.
But man, they must have really high weapon power to be able to...
It kind of makes me want to look at their stats. Because if it meant more grinding, like, I'd totally go do it. The only reason I'm not really doing it with the cleaver and with Ludwig is that they're up to the next rare resource. And for me to go get it, it's kind of a touch-and-go farming method. Basically, I gotta go farm the big werewolves up in the Upper Cathedral Ward. Okay. Yeah, I can't do it without blocking.
Because otherwise it's so hard to see.
But I'm almost tempted to just play that front game. Because, like, I could at least... I can dodge his bullshit arms. The only thing I'd have to worry about is him bum rushing me every now and again.
Maybe you just have to kind of, like... just stay in front of him and just either dodge forward or dodge back to try.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe then you can just...
Then I get more head hits. And that probably would make up for the lack of extra damage that I can do. Screw you. There we go.
Yeah, because otherwise you're not doing as much damage compared to any other person. Because probably your weapon isn't high enough stat-wise.
It might be. But, I mean, here's the thing, too. This is a butt ton of HP. which makes sense. Like, he's a big Cthulian monster.
Well, true, but they're taking off more. They're taking off more
That wouldn't surprise me.
hits off, you know, more HP off of him.
Okay. Ow! Okay, big forearm attack. Welcome, Parkima. What boss are we fighting today? We are bouncing between Ibrietas, Daughter of the Cosmos, and Martyr Logarius, because we're trying to get both of those done, and those are kind of our wall right now. I'm willing enough to acknowledge that maybe I'm not up to the task yet, but then at that point it'd just be grinding. Ibrietas is a pain, Parkima. I agree. I think Andrea would also agree. She is
Yep.
a pain.
She's a pain in the rear end.
You know what? Screw it. If I'm playing this front game, then I might as well have as much range as I possibly can.
I agree.
So, at that point, Ludwig, time to go. Her sweep attacks are ridiculous to avoid. Yes. And it doesn't help that I'm trying to do the whole behind strat, and I just can't keep track. The camera is too wonky. Ah! Well, that happened. Okay. Ow! Okay, I've got to figure out how to handle that part. Yeah, I kind of deserve that one.
I
Her
don't.
turn speed is too quick, so it's hard to stay behind. Yes. That's why in a lot of cases I'm tempted to just do the front game and see how far that goes for me. But, I mean, you're seeing the results.
Well, if you're doing it two-handed, I think it's too slow.
I mean, I can do the little tickler, the little tickle blade, but because this definitely doesn't do much to her.
True, but unless you can really keep out of her range.
What you're basically saying is that I can just nickel and dime her to death. I hope so. This boss took me a long time. I'm not surprised. Like, just in my experience with this boss, I can understand why it would be a wall. Totally can understand it being a wall. A lot of emotions. Yeah. That's why tonight, if I get a little heated, we'll probably just take a quick break and let emotions cool down for a bit. Jeez, dude. Oh my gosh! Oh man! The one time I'm not in range of the head? Dude, this sword is insanely long! Ah! And knowing my luck, it was like an inch. It was an inch off. It's like, oh, I could have at least given her a paper cut. And then she would be like, oh no, paper cut, my one weakness. Would that be hilarious? A paper cut, my one weakness. And then just dies. It's like, we went through all this for that?
I'm sick and tired of seeing these alien things.
You and me both. Oh boy.
Stop spasming!
Oh, thank you, Parkima, for giving us a follow. I appreciate that. I promise, I get to stuff eventually. I have the screen over here, and she's running the chat, so...
Oh, yeah.
She is... My wife, Andrea, is the maiden of the chat.
Start Gaming Inc. You knew that one? Also,
yes, I did that one, yeah. We did that a couple of days ago.
Okay.
Which sounds familiar to me. I think he's been around for a while on the channel. Because that name sounds familiar. Okay, come on.
Woo! Oh, for a second I thought she was gonna body slam you there.
Me too.
I wish she had more like it gets stunned and then stop fighting for a bit.
Second, I think I've got it. Son of a bitch!
I know, it's like, stop knocking to the ground.
No, I always think I've got it, and then it's like by an inch I didn't. Come on. Ah! God damn it! Okay, well, I'm glad I used it.
Oh.
Okay, this is going fairly well.
Then you jinx yourself and then you're like, oh, you better not say anything.
Yeah! Ah! God damn it! That one I thought I got!
Ow.
Ah! I was really hoping that I got back up. That did go a lot better, though. That did go a lot better. But I was crying on the inside. Just like, man, I wish I could make this work with something else. I mean, I could probably try the Razor again with this and see how it goes.
I don't know, unless you can try that same strat, but would you be fast enough if you did the two-handed then?
Probably not, because the biggest issue there is the one attack that does the most is my heavy.
Yeah.
And the heavy takes the most amount of time and the most amount of stamina.
True.
So I don't feel confident in that. But head swipes from the cleaver would do quite a bit. How are we doing on this time? Okay. Worst comes to worst, we'll start doing some martyr runs if we can't get even get us done by 8 our time. Okay, here we go. God damn it!
I kind of wish there was a specific type of move that can tell when it's gonna dodge like yeah.
Oh no, there's a tell. That's the tell. It's just I can't. I'm hoping to do this with one dodge, and it's not working.
What, you gotta do 2 dodges or something?
Probably.
Then do it with 2 dodges, if you have
Easier
to.
said than done. See, there you go. That's ultimately what we're aiming for. Ah,
Dang.
damn it. I mean, come on, keep slamming your head down.
Ugh. Stupid dash attack.
And of course he goes in for the bitch move. Bam! Oh yeah, by the way, bitch snap. Screw you two. That was exactly what it was. He's like, oh yeah, by the way, bink.
You're a fly up my.
You're the fly that Jen Psaki ate today.
You're the mosquito that's annoying.
Did you see that video? Oh my
Which
gosh, it was
one?
gross. So Jen Psaki, the press secretary for Biden,
Oh,
she
no.
had like a fly on her head, and I guess when the press basically told her to swat it off, she ate the fly.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. Why?
Yeah, just zoomed right in. You can't call Jen Psaki stupid there. The fly flew in. The fly was in fact stupid.
She didn't. She decided to eat it.
She had no choice. It zoomed into her mouth.
She could just.
Like, I can't believe I'm siding with Jen Psaki of all people. But, I mean, she's not in the wrong. But as soon as you see it happen, it's just like, ugh. I just felt for her, because I've had that happen. It's not fun. I mean, I don't like the woman, but, I mean, you know, I can feel for her on that. It's not fun. Okay, that was unbelievable. ha!
This is actually not a bad strat.
No, it's working, so...
There's just some of those.
It's just that dash. That's the only thing that's making it hard. And some I'm dashing way too far. Son of a bitch!
Oh!
And I was just trying to get safe. So I could then go heal up. I will say this, though. The strat works, but the way that I'm doing it right now, I'm losing a lot of blood vials doing it. Because once I get, like, 1 or 2 smacks, it's game over for me. Like, I then have to heal.
I think either way,
But then again, like, with the... Ligarius, it's kind of the same problem. Is I put the pressure on, and then, you know, he gets like 1 or 2 swipes in, and then I'm done.
Well, I think you would lose blood vials no matter how which way you do it on this.
I mean, you're ultimately right. It's just kind of the way it's going. Down the evil elevator that we totally don't care about. That we totally haven't seen like 1,000 times at this point. Hi, Altar of Despair. Hi, Ebrietas. And then he does something like that, and I just like, ugh, curse inside. Son of a...
I wonder if you take the chance and just, you know, like hit it in the face when it's not doing anything.
See, even if I'm too far away, I still take damage from that dash. He's just too big. Holy crap, man.
Too bad you couldn't just dodge right in front of him when he's dashing at you.
I mean, I could, but I don't think that would do much.
Yeah, I think you're just gonna get hit no matter how much when he does that dodge.
Yeah, but I'm getting hit for less, so I'm doing something right.
Because
I am so glad I hit the vial. Hey, look! Oh! 900! I'll take that.
Okay, if he's gonna do the...
Oh! Ah!
Oh, got that.
Yep. Oh, and it's about to go off, too. I did not even mean to do that, and I still missed. Okay, come on. Oh!
What?
Well, I ran right through it. And apparently it canceled the dash. Well, that time I was being a bonehead. Well, because I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I didn't do it again! No, F you. I am down to my last blood vial.
Okay.
Dead. Yep. But you know what? That's exactly... I used 23 blood vials. So...
Dang it.
And he wasn't even like half. Holy moly. Like, I want to go back there and just try it out. Now that I've learned the dash, that I think I know a way to not have to take any damage from the dash.
Oh, really?
But, well, because when I did it accidentally going right through him, I didn't take any damage.
Mm-hmm.
So, apparently I did something right. I guess, unless it was a bug. That's why I want to test it again. If it was a bug, then it was a bug.
So, what, you dashed forward when he was dashing
Yeah.
by?
I dashed right into it. It was an accident, but I did it, and I took no damage. I mean, it could be a bug. So I'll exploit the hell out of it, but I doubt it. Well, I doubt that it... Like, if that's legit, then it's gonna be like... I mean, it feels still kind of like a bug. There we go. Okay, let's try this again and see if it works. Ow. Well, that didn't let me try it, now did it? It's like, no, you've learned my one weakness. I become a ghost when I dash you. Except my tentacles. My tentacles are still real. Okay, this is going to sound like a weird question for people, but who would date Ebrietas? Like, could you get past the disgusting head? Could you have a fun time with her? I mean, she's the daughter of the cosmos. So, I'm only guessing, you know, based off of games like, crap, what's it called? Crap, I can't remember what it's called. Where you're rolling a ball around to make constellations.
Huh?
This sounds really stupid to forget.
What?
Never mind. It'll come to me.
Roll a ball around?
Yes. Don't worry about it.
Then why'd you bring it up?
Because I was trying to say, like, I was trying to make a joke or something. Damn it! Still too much in habit. Okay, no, it was a bug. It was a bug because I just got home. It was a bug. And now my hopes and dreams have been shattered. Because I would have been like, you sassy bitch. I know how to beat you now, you sassy bitch. I don't know why I was going into Dragon Ball Z abridged voices, but I was. Okay. Here we go again. If I don't do it this time, then we're going to swap over to Ligarius, because... I mean, the other problem, too, is I am taking a lot of damage. So it wouldn't surprise me if, like, I'm not near the minimum level for this. Or I haven't spent my points properly. I don't know. Either or is a likely option. I will eat you!
Unless it will just head slam its head more than... That'd be great.
Okay.
Too bad you couldn't shoot it and while it's you were pinned. Shoot it while it was gonna dash and then it would stop it.
Oh, that'd be so great, wouldn't it? But I've already kind of confirmed that you can't do... Like, you could stun it and get the stab like we did before, but you can't. You can't do it like with Ligarius. Yeah, let's call it there, because this is not working. Something tells me that we need a lot more. We need a lot more health, we need a lot more damage. So, I mean, I don't want to immediately go towards the farming route, but we could try out Ligarius and see if we can beat him. I mean, if we can at least down one of these guys, That would be a plus.
Yeah, but you always love to grind and farm.
Yeah.
Because you like to be
but
a
it
wrecking.
is boring on stream.
True. But you like to be the wrecking ball.
I do like being the wrecking ball. You can't really be the wrecking ball in these games, though. I love being the wrecking ball. You can't really do it in these games. I'm starting to learn that about Souls games. Because the way I understand it is, like, you can't turn down the difficulty. So, like, if I beat the game and I go into New Game Plus, I can't just turn it down to, like, that regular difficulty anymore and just go own everything. If I could, that would be amazing. But no, you have to go higher in difficulty. Which sucks in that regard, because, like, if you were really, like, sucking it up on a +2 boss, wouldn't it be great to just be able to go back to that 0 and, like, oh, sucks to you! I don't know what that face was. Sucks to be you!
Just make sure you don't go off the side again.
Well, now that you've... Go knock on wood! Right now! I wasn't kidding. You're just gonna jinx me? Right as I walk in? I am gonna try Ludwig's Holy Blade, though. Thank you! I'm not a superstitious person, but you know what? Crap happens. So why tempt fate to give you crap? Alright. Let's do this with Ludwig's Holy Blade. Actually, it does quite a bit of damage. I'm kind of surprised at that.
Where's your gun?
Wow, I actually didn't get a prompt. Does Ludwig's Holy Blade not have a stab? Oh! Why? Why is this not working? Oh, you're gonna play the range game with me. Whoa, where is he? Freaking heck! That actually was going pretty well. I mean, I wasn't doing like an absurd amount of damage, but I was doing plenty. I'll take that. I mean, that wasn't a bad run at all. I mean, I've gotten him down to lower health. Not with this sword. Guarantee you, if I did it two-handed, I'd probably do a lot more. And that would be fine. So, Andrea, what has been happening in the news that we can talk about while we make our way back to Martin Ligarius, because he's a little biatch and he's out of the way? No!
Well, that's what happened in the news. We fell down. And we died.
We did, in fact, die. And we did, in fact, fall. All because of stupid Ghost Bell! Hate those goddamn ghosts. I hate them with a burning passion. One thing I do, like, I'm kind of interested in people's input. So there's rumors going around that EA, because I guess in the future, or in the next little bit, EA is going to announce the resurrection of an old franchise. And the speculation is aiming towards a Dead Space revival. So we just barely played Dead Space for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't played the other two games. But we played Dead Space 1. How would we feel about a Dead Space revival? And hello, Rising Sun. Welcome.
Hello.
I think that actually might be an interesting thing to have happen. But only in one aspect. Just because, like, if it's a revival, I wonder if it would be a reboot or if they would actually carry on the story of the original Dead Space games. Because there was apparently, like, a really big cliffhanger that Dead Space 3 left. Or specifically, its DLC left. That everybody wants to know about. So, would they go with that? Or would they instead, like, reboot Dead Space? I personally think they should do a sequel. Because there's been people who have been waiting far longer than us for Dead Space 4. And were very, very disappointed when Visceral Games went under. Or we could talk about this, Andrea. So Amaranth is back in the news. So she's now blaming gamers for her ban.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people suspected it was going to be like a 3-day ban that Amaranth was going to have to deal with. I'm guessing she's still banned. And now she's blaming gamers. Gamers are the ones that took her down. And they're just jealous. Sure. Whatever makes you sleep well at night.
I was watching this person do their Ligarius fight. They've been using silver bullets to kind of knock him out of his whole sword thing and do a different attack. When he does it in the second phase where he's doing all his sword attacks.
Okay.
Maybe you can knock
Yay, it's all our fault! Yay. Yep, I'm jealous of a person I've never heard of before. I like not knowing things. It's fun. Amaranth is like the lead. Well, I'm not going to be nice about it. She's the lead whore on Twitch. She's the lead e-thought. She was the one that was doing, like, she did the hot tub meta. She also did the new ASMR meta. In fact, if you've seen it floating around, there's a video of her in a Spider-Gwen outfit with a horse head on. Because somebody paid her $500 to do that. Like, to act like a horse and to make sucking noises into an ASMR mic.
I wonder if she got paid for it.
Oh, she got paid. They had to donate first. They had to donate first for her to do it.
I was gonna say
Same thing with Indy Fox and the fart. She had to get paid first. Oh, you suck. Okay. Wait. So it's her fault I want a hot tub. Yes. She made my life worse because I want things I don't have. So she deserves to be banned. All right. I like Rising Sun's logic.
Yep.
Well, you heard him, Amaranth. You have to get him a hot tub. What's funny is she didn't even get a hot tub. She bought like a kiddie pool.
A kiddie pool and made it.
Yeah, she made it a kiddie pool. Because that's the thing about the... Oh, jeez. With the hot tub meta and all that. Is that it wasn't like they were actually... Like, some people actually did install hot tubs in their house. To be able to do it. And now I'm betting they're regretting it. But she and a few others, they just got, like, kiddie pools. And just put on a bikini and just made it like it was a hot tub. If people donate to my stream, I'll get a hot tub and or kiddie pool and play near in it. Ew! No! Sorry. Look, Rising, buddy, I will follow you to the ends of the earth. But that is one place I won't go. Oh my gosh. Not unless I get to join in on the hot tub. But it has to be an actual hot tub. Will you be in a scantily clad bikini? I'm sure there's a bunch of people on Twitch that want to know.
I don't own one.
Well, you'll have to get one, obviously. I mean, the same thing would apply if me and Andrea did a hot tub stream. Like, I'd have to go and get a scantily clad bikini for Andrea. And then I'd have to make her wear it, which is never gonna work.
Use your freaking bullets!
I am! Oh.
Oh, is it? Because you can't use...
Okay. So I can't use the two-hander. Ow! Ah! Dang it! I didn't even see him doing the animation. I was too busy looking at the meteor. Oh. Back off. That's far enough back, right? Ow! You suck!
Like, now you'd be shooting your gun to kind of see if you can knock him out of his that animation a little bit.
Well, I mean, I'm willing to try, but... So we can't use the scythe at all? That seems kind of ass backwards, because what if he just decides to... What if he decides to favor the scythe over the sword? Wait. Let's see. No, I'll probably just wear my your other outfit. Okay, I thought you were going to say get a scantily clad bikini for yourself. No. No, nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see it. Not even Andrea. Like, Andrea giggles. You don't want to see that. Guarantee you don't want to see that. Whereas people would love to see Andrea in a bikini. You don't get to. I get to. But I guess we should question your thoughts on this, Rising Sun, because you want to see me in a scantily clad bikini?
I can see the wheels in Andrew's head turning up this conversation.
And now you can do it in glorious 1080p. No, seriously, Andrew, why don't you tell us what the wheels are turning in this particular moment? They're probably something along the lines of, why are people talking about me in a bikini? They know it's not happening.
Pretty much.
And now you've disappointed people.
Oh, get over it.
'Tis life. I think she'd rather us rant about politics. She probably would.
And listen to politics? No,
listen to politics versus being in a bikini. She probably would. You probably would rather listen to a rant about politics than that. That's okay. I could talk about the Ethan Klein-Steven Crowder debate, which wasn't a debate at all. And now she's getting up. Actually, really quick, let me fix that, because I think Aria wrecked it.
She wrecked it?
Yeah, because it's literally aiming up.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't know why it's...
Well, because I bet she knocked it.
Ah, okay.
Because this one's a little bit... I can make it harder to knock, but then it's kind of hard to be able to move it at all. So did you see the thing the French president posted on Twitter today? No, I did not. I did not follow the French president. Sorry, Rising Sun. I know that's going to disappoint you, but I don't. No, the most politics that I saw today was Steven Crowder, Ethan Klein, which is an absolute bullshit thing, and I've been getting lots and lots of flack for having my opinion on it, which is that apparently it's cool to think that Steven Crowder was cowardly. Except then I have to ask this question. We don't call Ethan Klein cowardly for doing pretty much exactly what they're claiming Steven Crowder did? Cool! It does have a stab. All right.
The French president posted EDM music on Twitter yesterday, and I'm confused why.
I'm confused about why a lot of world leaders do a lot of things. I personally am confused as to why Joe Biden thought that he could look better than Vladimir Putin. or that he could look like he has anything resembling balls when he's worked in government his whole life compared to the, you know, KGB agent who was killing people. EDM music? What? Like EDM is in a band?
I'm retweeting it.
Well, you can answer that. EDM, is it a band or is it a style? Okay, I'm an old fart. I get it, but I don't know what EDM is. I'm not a music guy. I go to my sister for music stuff.
It's a style, electronic dance.
Oh, okay,
music.
so electronic. So he was retweeting his favorite dance mix?
So music that's played in clubs and stuff. That's good to know.
I reiterate, why do I care that he was retweeting... Yeah, the French president posted EDM music on Twitter yesterday, and I'm confused why... I'm not. He's being a dickhead like most people on Twitter are. That makes about as much sense to me as, like, Donald Trump would tweet something that he didn't know anything about, but yet it would still get tons and tons of likes and retweets simply because everybody wanted to support him and still piss on Twitter. Because it's politics and I need your opinion on all politics things. The French president has a bad taste in music. I guess I can't say that. I do have some electronic stuff I listen to, but... yeah, the French president has a bad taste in music. He starts listening to 80s Metallica, and then he could talk to me.
80s Metallica.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm into. He starts listening to current day Dragon Force, and I'll talk to him. And if we don't talk about politics, then we talk about people in bikinis, and that just gets awkward for everyone. Andrea, who do you think looks the best in a bikini?
Bikinis on the brain, apparently.
Well, I mean, now that I thought about you in one, I mean, can I really get it out of my head? I blame Rising Sun. I'm a guy!
Who are her options to choose from?
Well, she probably picked somebody in a Speedo. Yeah, you missed all the action, Rising Sun, because of the whole Crowder-Klein debate and the fact that I don't have the popular opinion. I apparently offended one of Augie RFC's fans who worships him as a god. And I was laughing the entire time.
What if you tried backstabbing him when he's putting his scythe on the ground like that?
I mean, I probably could. You apparently have to be, like, really close to him to get the stab to work.
Don't you have to hold R1 to do it?
Do I have to hold it?
Yeah. Or like
That might be why it's not working. I thought it was just tapping.
Maybe you should try it next time. When you stun him.
Okay. You saw that, right? The bullets, like, went past him. You saw that, right? Like, the bullets went up past him.
I'm trying to figure out what kind of gun you have.
I have the blunderbuss.
Is that the one you always used?
Yes.
Didn't
Yeah,
you-
because somebody said that it gave me more opportunities for front stab. Who are her options to choose from? Okay, which one looks better in a bikini? Princess Peach, Zelda, or Samus Aran?
I'll pick Zelda.
Why?
Because
No, I'm curious. Why?
why?
Mm-hmm.
Well, because I'm not too fond of Princess Peach as much.
Oh, like every girl. Every girl hates Peach. I'm starting to notice that.
I don't know. I guess I just like Zelda more.
And what about... Why the hate against Samus?
I never said I hated Samus.
I vote Samus. Okay. Good for you, Rising Sun. Hey, she's a strong woman. She doesn't need no man. Screw attack your face. Okay, that I'm gonna expand on this question. Which incarnation of Zelda?
How many incarnations are
Like,
there?
well, there are different versions of Zelda each game.
Whoa, that was close. I thought you were gonna fall.
The only thing I'm gonna tell you is no kids. Don't do kids. Don't do like not Midna. Crap. Tetra. Don't do that.
What makes you think she's a kid?
Tetra's a kid.
And they don't count?
Hey, J-Rock.
Hello.
You can join in on the bikini debates.
That's weird,
Yeah.
out of context. I guess I would probably maybe
Like, which one's your
choose-
favorite Zelda? And that's the one that gets the bikini.
Okay, so how'd you get the stab to work this time?
I just tapped.
Probably maybe... Skyward Sword, maybe?
Okay. So that's the one in the bikini. That's probably not the one I picked, but it works for you.
Which one would you have picked?
I mean, I like Skyward Sword one based on personality.
Yeah.
So at that point, I'd probably go down the line of probably either Twilight Princess Zelda or Breath of the Wild Zelda. Hey, that worked.
See, that's why I'm like, try and use it whenever you can. Maybe you might get lucky and stun him. Or at least stop him from using his stupid sword attacks. Well, don't get near that thing when he's gonna...
Oh no, I was just kind of stuck.
Oh, okay, because I'm like...
And I know we can't do it on the big swipes. Because I've tried. So those swipes, the one that leave like a big red line.
Jeez.
No! Oh, that was still a good run. Zelda. Okay, J-Rock, which one? Which one would you want to see in a bikini? Oh crap! Do you know what we could have thrown in Hyrule Warriors Zelda? 'Cause that was a good model
yeah.
too. My vote's Samus, but that's just because you know that's a tone mother. All right there. I was gonna do a new playthrough of Breath of the Wild and start over my save file that had tons done on it. Well, now you're gonna see her in a bikini. I'll guarantee you that, because like if you homebrew your Switch, there is a mod that you can get to play as Zelda in Breath of the Wild. Guarantee you there's a bikini mod for it. Guarantee you there's probably a naked mod for it.
I'm still thinking of misdirecting that speed.
Well, we now know where your priorities lie.
I kept thinking.
You're wanting X to give it to you.
Oh.
Or maybe you're thinking of Lady Dimitrescu with Mr. X's head.
Oh no.
I'd probably go with Twilight. Yeah, Twilight Princess Zelda's kind of a regal one. Besides, we all want to see Midna in a bikini. That's just the concept. Like, as soon as they did that last minute, or the last Midna reveal of her actual form, yeah, that's when 1,000 fan fictions were born. The internet immediately went, "She's got legs!" And immediately started drawing stuff. Okay, I'm now going to flip it. Favorite Nintendo character in a Speedo? Mario, Link, or we can't do Metroid. Who do we throw in? God damn it.
Donkey Kong? No.
No, that's too easy.
Okay.
Because he's in a bunch of fur. There's no reason for that to have a man thong.
Okay.
No fox either. None of that.
Can I vote?
No, fuck that. No Crystal.
Rising
Can I
Sun.
vote Yoshi? Yes, you may vote Yoshi. There you go. It's official. Mario, Link, and Yoshi.
I would go with Link.
Which incarnation of Link?
Twilight Princess.
Okay, yeah, I kind of get that. No, not the Skyward Sword one. His lips are huge. I'd probably go with Breath of the Wild, but to me, that's the best Link model there's ever been.
True. Unless you want to think of Bruce.
Oh, fuck that! Nine demerits for you on that one.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to think of Bruce. There's just as much adoration for Bruce as there is for... Well, actually, I can't say that because Agatha does actually have a cult following.
True.
I'm pretty sure you'd find something with Agatha, like, totally naked and bugs crawling all over her. You'd be like, ew! To all of us, it would be ew. To that person, it'd be
Oh,
like...
Mega Man?
He's Capcom.
But he's still part of Nintendo.
Yeah, he is, but,
Yes,
I mean...
way.
Okay, would you like to see Mega Man in a Speedo? I guarantee people would probably want to see X in a Speedo. So you look more like a man-to-man. Who brought up Mega Man?
J-Rock.
Okay, just for you, J-Rock. Final Fantasy character you'd like to see in a bikini. Go.
Well, you can think of Wario.
No! Fuck that! Now I need bleach for my brain!
Andrea broke my brain.
She broke all of our brains!
I guess this is her revenge for earlier.
She needed revenge.
you didn't want to think of Bowser in one.
Mm-hmm. Crap, I can't look at the chat.
He destroyed it or something.
Oh, did he?
Somehow.
Maybe it bugged out.
Well. Don't worry, I will.
Ow! God damn it!
Oh.
Let's see. So, Yuna in a bikini would actually be really cute. Except not the one they put her in 10-2. That was ugly.
I want you, Yuffie. Or Squall in a Speedo with stunner shades.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe he,
Tifa, obviously.
maybe
Tifa or Rydia, one of the two.
Anne would like Cloud in a Speedo.
What the fuck do you think my interests are? Why the fuck would you think I'd want Cloud?
I don't know.
Actually, you know what? Lightning in a bikini would look pretty good, too. Because, you know, she doesn't have a whole lot on top, but she does have some junk in the trunk. I'm just saying. I almost made you spit out Mountain Dew, didn't I?
Almost.
It's so weird having guy talk in front of my wife, huh? Oh, trust me, she joins in. She's okay with it. Jeez. Guy in a Speedo, for Final Fantasy. I literally don't have an idea.
Resident Evil.
Let's just go with Jekt and Tidus so that Jekt can make fun of Tidus' small penis. Because, you know, he's a dad. That's what he does. You don't understand. Like, you're giggling at this. This is actually a character thing, and you will understand once we get to 10. You're gonna cry because I said you have a small penis. You're gonna cry! Let's see, I'm gonna go back to making a fruits basket video. No, you need to join in on this stuff some more. Jeez, what else? What other ones can I come up with? Oh, jeez. See, and here's the thing, like, I know some people will be like, okay, fighting game. I already know that a lot of fighting game characters will look really good in a bikini and a Speedo, so do I really need to prove that? Ow! Okay, well, screw you. Oh, I technically find it. Well, now I can't do that. There we go. That shouldn't have worked, but it did. That's more whiny what?
He said my penis is small. Then he wasn't seen for nearly a day.
Yeah, he went back to Spira to go cry about it. Yuna, my penis looks great, doesn't it? Oh, sure, honey. Oh, sure.
Final Fantasy is weird.
It is, but, you know, we can make fun of it. It just reminds me of the moment in Final Fantasy VII where the Turks were saying like which girl in in the Final Fantasy party they'd like to go out on a date with, and you just kind of sneak in on that conversation. By the way, if future remake episodes don't do anything on that, again, missed fucking opportunity. Yeah, that was...
I was like, why are you still targeting him?
Final Fantasy is weird, but that's part of the allure. I mean, we could go into other... See, I want to do, like, fighting game characters, but every guy would probably look great in a Speedo, and the other one... And every girl would look good in a bikini. Besides, Andrea can't really comment on fighting games. She doesn't care. What do you think of the Breath of the Wild sequel? I actually liked a lot of the stuff that they were showing, but I don't think it's enough to get, like, legitimately excited for. One thing that I'm really worried about is they still haven't shown dungeon footage. I swear to God, if we have Zonai shrines instead of Sheikah shrines, I'm gonna cry. I am literally gonna cry. Because look, bottom line, guys, the shrines were an interesting take on being able to do something different than dungeons, but they just made me want dungeons.
It's like, if you're gonna do...
Yay, Drak cry. Oh, Rising Sun, fuck you!
Otherwise, you'd be like, then you better make these shrines longer and more challenging than, you know.
Then they'd be dungeons.
I know, I'm just saying.
Because the rough equivalent of a shrine was basically like a wing of a dungeon, and being able to solve its puzzles.
True.
So at that point, if you made a longer shrine, you're making a dungeon.
Well, yeah, so then there's no reason why they couldn't.
I hope, but... I mean, I do like some of the new mechanics that are being shown off. I'm very intrigued by a lot of the theory crafting that's happening right now, basically saying that we might be going back in time, and that's why Link looks different on the two different maps. I mean, that's an interesting idea to consider. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. It's just an interesting idea to consider.
Why do you think we're going back in time, though?
That's one of the theories that's been come up. Like there's moments where you could tell that Link's hair is longer. Now, I personally think that the reason that Link's hair is longer is because what's going to happen is we're going to have another Shrine of Resurrection situation. So basically what will happen is like they free Ganon and then free Ganondorf. Zelda gets captured. And Link gets that thing on his arm. And then, as we saw in the current trailer, that, like, Malice attacks him. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, the arm tries to save him. And then, as Aonuma said, this is based 2 years after. So what if he was just asleep for 2 years? That would explain long hair, right?
Mm-hmm.
I liked the shrines at first, but 120 of them was a little much for me. Yeah, I know a lot of people complained about the number of dungeons in Skyward Sword, and I'm not saying that you're wrong, okay? Yeah, there was a butt ton of dungeons in Skyward Sword. My problem was that the dungeons were too damn short. The only thing that padded out the time was that you had to deal with the wagon, all right?
Are you talking about Skyward Sword?
Yes.
They were too short?
Yeah, the dungeons were too short.
I didn't think they were that short.
They are. A lot of them are. And the only reason that I can think of that they did that was to account for the new motion controls. Because they knew people would have to get used to that control scheme. Also, the boss design is horrible in Skyward Sword. Like, I remember seeing so many people complaining about the various bosses in Skyward Sword, and you're not wrong. Aside from Galactos, there's really not a great boss in... Oh, aside... Okay. Demise doesn't count. Because Demise is the end boss, and of course the end boss is always going to look great, right? But Galactos is the one boss that I can think of that was an amazing fight in Skyward Sword. That is it.
Come on, just fall off the edge.
You know you want to. Okay, this is the big one.
Maybe we'll be quiet and we can concentrate.
See what I mean? Like, now the scythe is unblockable. Bam. Ooh! Ah, son of a... Oh! Are you kidding me?
That could have... Run away! Oh, okay. Like...
Okay.
Oh!
Okay, so what do we miss? Skyward Sword is the only one I never beat. I couldn't ever get around the controls. Right. Well, see, I beat Skyward Sword, but like Metroid Prime 3, never finished it. Because that one was actually painful.
Excited about it coming to the Switch, though. We'll be able to play it now.
Yes, I'm excited as well. We are going to play it on channel. So, because I want to test it out and see if it actually fixes the problem. But, you know, kind of back to the matter at hand, like, look at all the other well, okay, there's another boss that I want to throw in there, but he's technically a mini-boss. Because the captain fight on the sand ship is actually really fun. That should have been the final boss fight of the sand ship. Celia from Monsters, Inc. can go F themselves. Tantalus was such a bad idea. Especially when you had the captain just before. Because basically all you wanted to do was just have a boss with a really big eye that the bow and arrow could hit. And you really needed to create a whole new monster.
Oh, crap.
You could have easily just put in Goma to do that. It would have been fine. Like, Goma would have been just fine. And then at that point, we're like, okay, well, you nodded to the fans for that. But Tantalus was so fucking stupid. Like, I'm trying to think. The problem is like, a few of these, I can't remember a lot of their bosses. I think the first one was Girahim. The second one was that stupid boulder boss. And I'm trying to remember what the first Lanairu dungeon was. I can't remember what the boss was, but it wasn't the sand ship. It was like a factory or something like that. And then you had Galactos from the Ancient Cistern. Oh, what was the fire one? I can't remember that either. And then the sand ship with Tantalus, and that was stupid.
Scaldera is... Let's see, there... And, Molderak. Galactose.
Galactose is the one that's memorable.
Velocyte.
Okay.
And then Garahim.
See, you mentioned names, and I didn't even think about what the bosses look like. Like, if we went immediately into, say, like, Wind Waker, I could immediately tell you what boss was great and which one wasn't. Drak is cool. The Scorpion one, I like the design of it, but and yeah, and fuck Bilocyte. That was the one that was inside the whale, and that was stupid too. But then you go to a game like Twilight Princess. Pretty much, I want to say all the bosses are somewhat memorable. Especially Star-Lord. Star-Lord is the one that I think a lot of people walked away with. I also like Zant, and in my opinion, the best Ganondorf fight is Twilight Princess, with the full-on war. Not Ganondorf fight. Although, it is in close competition with Wind Waker, because that ending, yo. I mean, can you really beat Link stabbing Ganondorf in the face? Not really. Which of the Zeldas do you all like most overall story-wise? Wind Waker.
I really like Twilight Princess, but that was me.
Twilight Princess is good. I'm not knocking it. I just like Wind Waker's a little bit more. Especially when you have like a little kid Link who they kind of paint out to be not the chosen one, and man, that Link was full of piss and vinegar. I loved it. He was. Link in Twilight Princess is like, oh, I'm happy village boy.
I mean, I also did like Skyward Sword's story too.
Skyward Sword's story is good. I'm not I'm not holding it down. It's just unfortunately one of the things that hurt Skyward Sword, the story was too goddamn long. There were too many there was so much freaking padding in Skyward Sword. It was getting crazy. Like Twilight Princess had padding in it, but it wasn't anywhere near that bad. Wind Waker, I would honestly say, like, if you could have added more, you should have, but it still works.
I mean, I liked those stories where, you know, you have a Link that, you know, starts out a journey and becomes a hero more than, you know, they come out to being the hero in the first place, and it's like, that takes away the lure.
Well, but that's pretty much every Link. I mean, Breath of the Wild Link tried to paint a different picture, but ultimately it kind of came out the same.
True. Is
that Link never wants this mantle. He never wants to be the chosen hero. He just is.
But I mean, like, even the first Legend of Zelda game, I mean, did that ever picture the same way? Like, you know, like...
Well, in the original ones, he's just an adventurer.
But yeah.
So you don't necessarily know his origins.
True.
The first time that we got to see, like, little kid living a peaceful life was probably Link's past. Where it's like, little dude living with his uncle.
Twilight did have some good bosses and have a few of my favorite dungeons.
Yeah, no, it did. It had a couple of other ones that were kind of weird, but... Like, the one that always sticks to my mind of, like, a boss I never want to see again is Monkey with Big Butt. The big monkey that you had to fight off with the boomerang in the first dungeon. I never liked that. But
Oh.
son of a... Lord. Yeah, Twilight had some good fights. I actually, in my opinion, one of the better water boss fights is in Twilight Princess. Because I like that ray, or the eel that you go and fight. As opposed to, you know, Morpha and, Georg from Majora's Mask. Yeah, fuck Georg.
I also...
Fuck Georg right up his asshole.
I mean, I also enjoyed Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask.
You're on your own on that one. Majora's, not Ocarina.
Well...
I don't like Majora. I do not think Majora deserves half the hype it gets.
Why? You just didn't like the whole...
Because the story's a fluke.
Wasn't that bad?
No, I'm saying it's a fluke. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad story, but it shouldn't be, like, the most beloved story.
Well, yeah,
I'm sorry, there's way more complexity in even Skyward Sword than Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask, and I get it, you know, like, there are connotations of life and death, and, you know, and everybody's loved to theorize that Link's dead in the entire game, and all that. I get that. But, in reality... It was Miyamoto grasping at straws while they were trying to figure out, okay, do we do another N64 Zelda, or do we move on to the GameCube? And ultimately, they decided to move on to the GameCube. Yeah, the eel was awesome. Is it the greatest looking boss? Not really, but as far as water bosses go, yeah, it looks fun. Way better than Morpha. Morpha was a letdown, like, especially after Shadow Link in Ocarina of Time.
Oh, Morpha was the water boss in the...
In the Water Temple, yeah.
That
But before that, you had Shadow Link, and Shadow Link was like, oh my gosh, this is great.
It kind of... Morpha kind of reminds you of, what was that thing in Sonic Adventure? Chaos or something?
Yeah. I can see why you'd make that comparison. Because Morpha basically is that. But, you know, compared to other bosses in Ocarina of Time, there are a lot of better ones. Like, I'm personally fond of the goat fight in Ocarina of Time. Just because that was such a tone setter for the rest of the game. It's like, you are going to have to deal with bosses that are going to intimidate you and that are going to seem bigger than you. Because welcome to 3D, we can now do that.
I think you have to be right up as in his face to do the stab.
And that's what I'm
Whoa!
doing.
That was close. I thought you were going to go sliding off.
I mean, you and me both. I hate that goddamn sword. I hate it. Morpha is always a pain for me no matter how many times I'll beat the game. That's the one boss fight that gets me. Morpha's just annoying because the way the hook shot works. I used to be able, like, when I was playing Ocarina of Time regularly, and by that I mean, like, I was playing through it maybe once, twice a year. Like, I was playing through it casually a lot of the time. I eventually got a rhythm for Morpha, and at that point, like, Morpha couldn't escape from me. But it took a lot of time and it took a lot of patience to be able to get that. And would I do that again? Hell no. Morpha sucks as far as a boss. As far as boss design is concerned. Like, it's all it is just, okay, you gotta grab the nucleus. Baronade is a better water boss in terms of that, in my opinion. Another lame boss in there would be King Dodongo, and it's only because he is, like, the easiest boss to take down. But in concept, King Dodongo is great. Like this big dinosaur that's been living in caves for years. For millennia kind of thing. That's great. Phantom Ganon, good fight. Because it's a nice little precursor to what you will deal with in the Ganondorf fight. Volvagia is probably one of my favorite. If not my favorite, he is one of my favorites. Just because it was actually Link taking down a goddamn dragon in 3D. I know a lot of people have screamed like, oh, they should have brought back Gleeok or Aquamentus for it. No, it was fine. Volvagia is just fine. Let's see, what else is there? There's Bongo Bongo. Bongo Bongo is not the greatest design. He looks kind of silly. Twin Rova is actually another good one that I like. Because in my opinion, that's like a really good introduction of the Mirror Shield. Yeah! Okay.
Shoot him twice. I wonder if you can actually...
No.
No?
I tried it on, like, Cassio and all that. You can't just make up for it. Fuck! I like the Twin Rova battle the most. Yeah, Twin Rova is really good in Ocarina of Time. I agree completely. Worst boss fight in Ocarina of Time. Probably King Dodongo, just because it's so damn easy. Like, even Goma would throw some people off if they haven't played it before. Because they'd be like, what the heck is it doing? And then red eye, and then it would attack you. But you can't fail in, King Dodongo, in my opinion. Like, if you do, then... Oh, okay. Like, Goma took maybe 1 or 2 attempts for me, just because I had to get used to the whole red eye thing. King Dodongo, I've downed 1 shot every time I've fought him. I will say this for Twilight Princess. Creepiest boss is definitely the one in the Snow Castle.
Oh, do you remember the race or something for that? Like you had to race them down the hill or something? The snow area?
In Twilight Princess?
Yeah.
Vaguely. Really, the only thing I remember from that is...
But I think you had to get...
The boss of the Snow Peak Castle, I think is what it's called.
But I think you get like a piece of heart or something for racing and beating them or something.
Well, then I probably didn't do it. A piece of heart is not enough for me. Like, I know some people who that is. To me, it's not. Dodongo was bad. I remember thinking he was going to be hard. Yeah, you think he's going to be hard, and then all of a sudden you look at the arena and go, how on earth are you supposed to get hit by this guy? Because, like, it's 3D. You can tell where the lava is. So, if you died to Dodongo, I feel bad for you. Yeah, racing on the ice shield thing. I don't remember. But it's been forever since I played Twilight Princess. Because I played it on Wii and I never went back.
What is like a worse mini game? And any Zelda game that you... Well, that's your opinion, Adam. You don't like doing mini games.
Well, I mean, I can't argue with that.
The one that was a pain in the butt, I think, was the one in Majora's Mask with the dog racing.
But let me ask an honest question, people. Is Fierce Deity's Mask really worth it to go and get? Because I know that a lot of people like to say that Majora is a hard fight. It really isn't.
True, but it's an awesome accomplishment.
I would argue that.
Okay. Yeah, if you beat both their times, you get a piece of heart.
I would argue it's not that great of an accomplishment. I mean, sure, it makes the Majora fight stupid levels of easy, but any Zelda veteran can do the Majora fight. Like, Majora's not that hard. So, like, is Fierce Deity worth it? I would actually say no, probably not. Does it look cool? Sure. I mean, it's hard to argue that it doesn't.
Ooh.
Of course.
I would get out of that side.
I pressed the wrong goddamn button. There we go. Ow!
I say Majora's Mask, the bomb games with the rotating center Oh yeah, when you're
nobody's pointing towards the UFO one.
That one's not too bad if you know how to do it right. But yeah,
It's just silly.
the one that you're like the Deku scrub, and you're flying to the platform.
Hardest boss fight in Majora's Mask, Georg.
Georg is
virtually unwinnable.
Are you talking about the fish one?
The fish boss, yeah. From the Great Bay Temple.
It's interesting how they had changed the fight slightly in the 3D.
What did they do?
Or in the DS version.
What did they ultimately do?
There's some underwater attacks you could do.
Oh, so they made the Zora mask more useful?
Yeah, actually, I think. You would have to watch and compare the two. But yeah, they did slightly change that boss fight.
Because, I mean, aside from maybe Odolwa, and Odolwa is probably the one I think looks the best in Majora's Mask. Like, Odolwa is pretty easy to figure out, but then Goat, if you don't know how to properly utilize the Goron mask, which some people actually did have that issue, you were going to fail on it. But Georg was the broken one. Georg was absolutely broken. Worst item to obtain in a Zelda game, the magic armor from Twilight Princess. Totally not worth it.
Oh, I remember in Skyward Sword you had to do some kind of like a boss rush.
Yeah.
Like side thing in order to get the final shield or something, and it's like
it's the Hylian shield, isn't it?
Yeah. And you had to
because the Hylian shield was like indestructible.
Well, did you like the whole thing with the durability on the...
No, absolutely not. There should never be durability in a Zelda game. I know some people are going to get pissy with me on it, but you can't just add realistic RPG mechanics into a game that is made for families, because... like, of course people are going to have issues with durability. I'm not surprised that one of Breath of the Wild's biggest complaints was the durability mechanic.
Yeah, J-Rock. I think I barely kind of remember that in that fight. Like, there are underwater bombs that you can use to fight against the boss, whereas originally that was not an option. Like, I think you spent most of your time out of the water fighting them. But actually in the DS one,
That's not what you did. You spent a lot of time above water trying to stun him, and then you go into attack if you plan to attack out properly.
Oh, that's true.
That's why I hate it. Because there was never an opportunity. There never was. Anybody who says there was is fucking lying. Because every time I've seen speedrunners and everything like that do it, they have cheesed that boss so fucking hard.
Yeah, I think in the DS version, all the bosses had a different, slightly different mechanics added, but that was probably the most significant changes is that boss.
Yeah, they made it killable. That's not a significant change. That's making the game playable.
You can beat the boss in the original.
Not without cheesing it. I will argue to the death. You cannot beat Georg without cheesing.
Well, how could you not? Well, how do you cheese it then?
I can't remember exactly, but there was some weird boomerang trick that I could never figure out, and hence why I hate Georg.
I never did that with the boomerang.
Fun fact. Majora's Mask is the only Zelda game that I have ever had to use a cheat device to beat.
That's right. If you stood on the ground, you could throw bombs at him too.
I'd run out before I'd get anywhere near close to hitting him. I would run out. So I ultimately, what I had to do is, like, I cheated. I have no problem admitting it because it's just another problem of Majora's Mask.
Did you like that level with the whole time stones or something in Skyward Sword, and you had to go through a level and it goes from
So, Sandship?
Well, the whole thing. Well, I guess that's part of it where you're.
Or are you talking about the factory that was before that? The one where you get the dust fan or the dust bellows.
It's the one where you had to shift it from present to past, and you had to go through the level.
Yeah, that's both of them.
Yeah.
They both had that mechanic.
Did you like that whole mechanic?
No, I thought that was fine. I thought they were utilized fine. I didn't mind that. In the sand ship, it got kind of weird after a while. Like I said, the sand ship should have ended at the captain fight. The captain fight should have been the end boss. And then I would have been a little bit more okay with it. But then at that point, like, can you justify giving the bow and arrow? I'd argue you can, but that's me. We've had plenty of bosses where you don't need the item of the dungeon to kill them. I mean, for crying out loud, like, if you technically do everything right and early, you can beat Volvagia in Ocarina of Time with the Bigoron sword and not the Megaton hammer. You just can't do any of the other mechanics that the Megaton hammer can do with the Bigoron sword.
The Stone Temple boss, you needed to keep magic for the giant mask to work.
Yep. And I didn't mind that. Uh-oh. Sorry, Andrea's stepping away because we have kid aggro. Hi, Melody. My youngest is snuck in. Are you here to cheer me on? Whoa. Ah! That's my youngest. That's my youngest Melody.
Okay, time for bed.
Yep, time for bed. Good night. Love you. I love my kids. They're cute. They're great. But not to all the fans yet, though. We tried showing Breath of the Wild to Arya, and she just didn't get into it. She liked the gameplay, but whenever there was cutscenes, she was not on board. Probably because she couldn't understand them. Here's a dumb question. Favorite blight from Breath of the Wild. Favorite blight. They're all bad. I'd give Thunder Blight, but that's only because he has the zip strat. I like that, but oh jeez. Fire Blight, Water Blight, Thunder Blight, and then what was the fourth one? Wind Blight.
Favorite item in Zelda?
Hookshot.
Yeah, nothing beats the hookshot.
I'd want the hookshot in real life. Not the flute. Not with the little duck. No, because that wouldn't be able to carry me. Hook shot all the way. Favorite Metroid item that I'd love to have. Screw attack. I'd be like, hey dude that I totally don't like, let me shake your hand. Engulf myself in plasma energy and just destroy them. I'm trying to think of some other Zelda ones, but favorite handheld Zelda game. Because we've been talking a lot about the console games. And yes, Link's Awakening counts. Even though it's now console. Technically.
Like, does it also count for Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask?
I guess.
Well, I guess if I
We've been talking a lot about Majora's Mask in
Sure.
Ocarina of Time. That's why
Well, I guess if I don't count those, I would say...
Minish Cap.
Link to Past?
I mean, based on semantics, yeah. We'll add in 4 sword just to make it a little bit even. I love the Minish Cap. I think that's one of the better designed handheld Zelda games. And partially because, guess what? Capcom developed.
Oh, I'm surprised yours wasn't, Link Between Both Worlds or something.
Link Between Worlds? I haven't played it.
Oh, you haven't played it?
No, you've played it. I haven't.
True.
When have I had time to try out a new game?
I don't know.
Where is he? Oh, there he is. Oh!
Oracle
Okay.
of Seasons. I really
But
like.
not ages? I love making that semantic argument. It's like, they're both good.
Oh yeah, those two were fun too.
I kind of hope that Grezzo, after they made Link's Awakening, that the rumors are true, and that they do remake the Oracle games.
I thought you said they were never going to do that.
No, there's a rumor going around that that's their next game.
I
Because
would-
people loved Link's Awakening so much that the rumor is Nintendo brought Grezzo back on to redo it.
I would love if they did Oracle Seasons.
The only thing that's interesting about the rumor is that they basically said they wouldn't make 2 separate games. They would try to merge it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They should do both those, up the graphics just like how they did Link's Awakening, and put it into one.
I don't know if you want to go the exact same direction as you did Link's Awakening, because that worked for Link's Awakening, and there's a little bit more to Oracle's, but...
Well, maybe the design look,
Yeah.
it looked nice.
I'd be okay with that. I hate to say it, I think we're going to need to do some grinding, because we are just kind of getting our butts handed to us. Yeah, I think that would be a great idea. Unfortunately, Andrea gets mad at me because she also would like a remake done of the DS games.
I did not say that. I said they were fine the way they were.
Well, no, you want them brought back. You want them being able to be played on the Switch.
Well, yeah, you could keep it the same, just integrate, move them over to the Switch.
See, my issue with that is just, okay, they need to fix... First of all, they need to fix Phantom Hourglass, where you have to use the stylus to play it. Because that didn't even work for Metroid Prime Hunters, and most people have forgotten that Metroid Prime Hunters exists. Spirit Tracks, I think they learned from their lesson. If I remember correctly, they did. But I might be wrong.
Well, I know you had to use the stylus to move, but they could eliminate that.
yeah, that's the biggest complaint I remember from the Phantom Hourglass.
I mean, you don't have to necessarily change the look of the game. You just kind of eliminate the stylus and just make it available for like Switch virtual, you know, stores or
yeah, if they do it. That's one of the dumbest things too. Is like the Wii U shop was selling DS games, and so at that point, like you'd think that this would be something that they'd already have figured out for Nintendo Switch Online, but yet we're still waiting on Game Boy games. We're still waiting on Game Boy Advance games, and we haven't, and we still also haven't gotten like N64. And I can't help but wonder if one of the reasons Nintendo has been so buddy-buddy with Microsoft is so that they can get the rights to put up the original Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie up on an N64 Switch Online store. Because it makes sense, right? Like, why wouldn't you do that? Okay. We're gonna do this right. Want to know what it's like to poke something in the butthole? It didn't want to poke in the butthole, but we did it. Oh, I didn't even notice that we actually had that overarching swipe. What the hell?
Haven't played them in years.
Mm.
Which games is J-Rock?
I think he said that when you mentioned the DS ones.
Oh yeah.
Which is right. It makes sense that you haven't played them in years because, guess what? They haven't been relevant in years. By the way, I also need to curse out a listener of the podcast because they noticed something that I did not. In the Nintendo Direct, and I really wished I would have noticed, because then at that point I could have said, screw you.
Mm-hmm.
So, in the Nintendo Direct, they actually do say that they are not working on any other Nintendo Switch titles in the Legend of Zelda series. Aside from Breath of the Wild. God damn it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, unfortunately that means they're probably not doing Wind Waker HD. They're probably not doing Twilight Princess HD, at least not yet. Which is a bad idea! Having Wind Waker or Twilight Princess on the go? Come on. That's a no-brainer. Like, that's a missed opportunity as far as I'm concerned. Because we know they'd be able to play. We know they would. There we go. But they didn't say that there weren't any Metroid games in the works. I really hope they take advantage of the Metroid hype and start putting out some Metroid games. That would be a really great way to justify putting up a Game Boy Advance one. So you could put up Zero Mission, and you can also put up Fusion, which is technically Metroid 4. So people can get caught up on the story. I think by the time Prime 4 happens, we'll get Prime Trilogy on there, because there's demand. Okay. Like, I can keep talking about Nintendo games if you guys want.
We're just sneaking up on this guy.
Poke you in the butt! See, it's just so fun. Dang it, stop giving me Twin Bloodstone shards.
Yeah, wasn't the second Hyrule Warriors game out? available?
You mean the Age of Calamity?
Yeah.
Yes. Just the expansion pass hasn't become available just yet.
Are you just waiting on that?
Not really.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you had it or you were waiting on this.
I don't have it. I want a physical copy of it, but aside from that, I'm not picky. I'm probably going to get the DLC, so just I'm prioritizing.
Oh yeah. It has a foot for a tail.
It does. Well, these are supposed to be basically like mini One Reborns.
Yeah.
Think about that. The One Reborn spawned. Which means there's a second One Reborn that it mated with. Be very quiet. I poke at people in the butt.
You poked it in the sphincter.
I did, and I don't feel bad in the slightest. But man, they're worth a lot.
What are they giving you? Twin Bloods?
Twin Bloodstone Shards is the more likely thing that they'll drop. They could technically drop the upgrade of it, which is like Bloodstone Chunk, but it's very hard to get.
Don't you use those to sell or something?
What was that?
Are they used to be sold or?
No, they're used to craft.
Mm.
So I use those to upgrade weapons. See what I mean? Like, I barely went through my stamina bar on those two guys. Kind of ridiculous. Now, what I ultimately should do is I should go to the Upper Citadel and start farming Bloodstone Chunks.
That'd be helpful.
But it just doesn't offer as many blood echoes. It's kind of sad that way. I feel bad. Like, I want to kill a boss, but we can't do it.
Well, we might as well try and improve our weapons, you know?
Right now, we'd be improving stats. Wait, what? Where's the dolly?
She disappeared.
Again?
Weird how she disappears sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, Flora.
Oh.
Of the moon. Of the dream.
Is that her?
Yeah, that's her.
O little ones. O fleeting will of the ancients. Let the hunter be safe. Let him find comfort.
And let him not die
And
a
let
dozen
this
different
dream,
times on a boss.
His captor foretell a pleasant awakening.
And she kills you.
Ah, welcome home, good hunter. I must have drifted off. What is it you desire?
Okay, so channel blood.
Very
echoes.
well, let me...
Let's see. So we can afford one. Let's do skill. So this is gonna up my defense as well as my attack.
Farewell, May.
Okay, cool. Upper Cathedral Ward. Alright, let's start farming chunks.
Yay!
Before I start blowing chunks. Oh, by the way, so I told some people this. I need to clarify it. So Saturday will probably just be FF7 Remake because, unfortunately, I did not know this. Samurai Warriors 5 was requested, and it's been delayed. So it's not coming out until mid-July. So we'll probably handle that then. I mean, if we beat the Yuffie DLC, then I'll figure something out. I really want to do, like, a Ninja Gaiden Master Collection, but I can't seem to find it on PS4 right now. Which, knowing my luck, it probably isn't even out on it.
Oh, and he didn't die.
And he didn't die. Because he sucks like that. I just wanted to do Ninja Gaiden Master Collection because I liked it. Okay? But we will probably do Samurai Warriors 5. And that'll be... I think it's going to be after Skyward Sword, honestly. Because I think that's July 16th. So hopefully you guys don't mind with waiting till then, but if you do, I understand. Everybody be very, very quiet.
I'm hunting doggies.
Uh-huh. Really? Okay. Ah! Been Bloodstone. Swear if I could sell these things, I would. Okay, so here's the strat for this. What we have to do is come down and we grab all of these wolves. And then we pick them off. Like I said, it can be annoying. See, this is kind of the downside of it, is that you have to hit this doorway ideally. And if you don't, then it'll take longer. Oh, fuck!
You went into...
I didn't even notice my health. And there was an item! Woe is me.
You would hope it wasn't a chunk.
If it was a chunk, I'm gonna cry. Well, I'll never know, but knowing my luck, it probably was. Ah. I promise, I'm not trying to yawn on purpose, guys. I'm just trying. Ugh. Wow, I thought we were actually going to have some crap to deal with tonight. I'm somewhat disappointed, I guess.
Why would you want crap?
Why is my weapon at risk?
When's the last time you repaired it?
Quite a while. Look, some of us can't. You can't expect some of us to not be able to.
Yeah, you're doing less damage on him.
I know. Bloodstone. will do this one, and then we'll worry about the rest. Okay, come on up. Come on up. Okay, so we got 2 of them. Son of a bitch! There we go. Okay, so we... Twin Bloodstone. Twin Bloodstone!
They just love to give you those twin bloodstones.
I know they do, and it's annoying as hell. Okay. Bloodstone Shard, regular ones. F you two. Okay, I have to be careful about this because I could bring out the tentacle guys and we don't want them. They don't have a chance of dropping it. However, this guy does.
Where are the tentacle ones?
If you go into the hallways, they'll come out. That's why you have to be very careful about how you kill these guys. I'm not angry. I'm just perturbed.
You're just hangry. Just kidding.
I am angry. A little bit. I shouldn't be. It's late, but... sometimes that happens. Okay, so... let's repair, because we can't afford an upgrade. Or we can't afford to...
Lose our weapon.
lose a point, or earn a point, so... Okay. Let's do all of them. Alright, fortify weapon. Yeah, because I don't have any bloodstone chunks left to be able to do it. And then, of course, we could get the blood rock, but we can't get that because we don't know where that is. Another one I wish I could do is this threaded cane, but because it's like basically it's a whip, but yeah, it's one of the weakest weapons in the goddamn game. Kind of disappointing.
Welcome. What is
it I desire? I desire to upgrade my shit, and you won't let me. You suck.
Farewell, good mate.
Okay. Which one did I go to? Oh, here we go. Upper Cathedral Ward.
The skeletons are like, come here. No.
Come here. We just want to give you a hug. No, you don't. So, J-Rock, really quick, have you played the Strangers of Paradise demo yet? Or do you not? I can't remember if you have a PS5 or not. I'm not doing this to brag. I'm curious as to what you think.
I still find it funny that your brother did not know we managed to get it.
Uh-huh. Oh, he's forgotten, like, another time after this. Because, yeah, I guess him and his best friend were talking about it. It was like... because his best friend has a PS5.
Yeah.
And he was saying, oh, I think my brother has one, too. And so he sends me a text and like, you have a PS5, right? I'm like, yeah. To which he basically sends me a message of like, you suck.
No, sir. No PS5 yet.
Okay. What did you think of the trailer for Stranger in Paradise? I was looking at it through. I was looking at it though for that and Rift Apart. Rift Apart looks really good. I just like, and people would get mad at me for saying this. I know a few people were basically going, "Why aren't you playing Rift Apart? Because it's available." We're new to the Ratchet and Clank series. We want to kind of walk in with a little bit more knowledge.
Whoa! Did he?
He did. They both did. Oh God. No, just the one.
Okay. I'm like, he just managed to get himself through. You little.
You bastard. Okay. Hi. And that one's flying.
So it's not impossible for them to get through.
It's hard. Okay.
There's the other one. Ow!
FU2. Shard. Shard!
Come on, where's the twin?
See, it's more likely for them to drop shards than twin. But they also have a chance to drop chunks. Okay. No! God damn it! I might ought to do that myself and refresh my memory. Yeah, well, here's the thing. I have been told that you can go from just the reboot of the original Ratchet and Clank, but I played that, and now I'm interested in what the other games did.
I wish you could just warp to the other place. You know, just like.
What do you mean?
Instead of going to the Hunter stream, but warp to the other lantern.
That would be cool, but maybe they thought about it in a later game.
Welcome.
Okay, Channel Blood Echoes. Let's do this one. Yes.
Farewell, good May.
There we go. But the sad part is that this takes 2 runs to do it.
It takes 2 runs too.
Yeah, and I really wish there was a better place to get Bloodstone chunks. And
you looked and nobody has recommended anymore.
This is what it is recommended. I mean, you can take a crack at it, but this is what I found. Was you do this over and over and over again, and maybe you get lucky.
Would that be too?
The original is way better. I like the remake too, but they left out some of the best levels, in my opinion. I don't know. I'm kind of having an issue with the angsty Ratchet that we have to deal with in the original, but that's my only beef. It's like, wait, I thought they were like. I get it. The remake is trying to retell things, but I just don't understand why they're not friends right off the bat. Especially since in a lot of cases, you know, I get the Ratchet has like this thing against Quark, but Quark is with Drak. So at that point, like, either way, you're going to be working together with Clank. So why not just embrace it and go with the flow, so to speak? Jeez. I hate it when that happens. Ow!
What?
I got some eyelashes stuck in my eye. It makes me hate life and everything that it stands for. My eyelashes are the one thing that can keep me from becoming a supervillain.
Are they just bloodstone chunks or?
Yep. There we go. Bloodstone chunk!
Yay!
We got one. Okay, where's the third one? Oh, there he is. Hey, 2 chunks! This was ultimately worth it. Yeah, I did forget about their disputes.
One bloodstone chunk. 2.
They have till I've seen it on the stream. Yeah. It's just a little weird. But from what I understand, like when I looked up the reviews for the original Ratchet & Clank, that was actually a prime complaint that they got. That Insomniac got, so obviously they learned. And they just had them as a colorful pair from there on in. Well, it's great and all that we got 2 bloodstone chunks. Do you want to know how many we need, Andrea?
How many?
8. Ratchet & Clank, the remake, they're pretty tight from the start. Yeah, they are. Did Drak win? No, Rising Sun. I'm doing some grinding to get my stats up. I did not, in fact, win.
Apparently, according to this, it's a common drop from Bloodstarved Beast.
Yeah, well, that's a boss.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, that's kind of why I want to make my way through the series. Is like I want to see what Insomniac did, and apparently there was another company called High Impact Studios that worked on it. Apparently the consensus is that anything High Impact did was weird, but anything Insomniac touched was good. So aside from the Bloodstarved Beast, what else gives it?
Let's see. Too many bosses.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, I need to get some blood vials too. Oh, I can upgrade my threaded cane, but there's really no point in doing it. Or I could do this. Well, I can't do the sauce beer yet, but. I like all the games I played was always a slept-on franchise, I thought. Ratchet & Clank is? Yeah.
Can't be bought from the Insight Messenger Bath Shop.
Yeah, I know that one.
Oh.
And I don't have enough currency to be able to do that. So. Is that it?
Yeah.
No. Well, there's technically another thing I could try, but I don't know if I'd have that much luck with it. Yeah, Insomniac's a good studio. I'll give them that. I don't know about High Impact, but Insomniac, like the games I've played, have been enjoyable. Minus Spyro. Spyro wasn't really my thing. The Reignited might be. But like Insomniac Spider-Man, love it. No, you stupid leeches. Okay. Sneak attack is effective.
Well, at least you don't have to deal with those stupid, what is it, those brain sucker things?
Yeah, that's what we're avoiding.
Yeah.
If we went into the hallways, we'd have to deal with it.
Or at least you don't have to farm off of those things.
Oh no, I know.
That would be even worse.
Alright. Let's grab all these guys.
Did Drak win? No, we're just farming for some items and...
We're trying to upgrade weapons plus stats.
I love it how you can see the other one through the wall.
Mm-hmm. It's not broken. Oh yeah, cool. That was both. Okay. Shard.
Shard.
You suck! Press all the buttons, then you win. Ah! I didn't win. You lied to me, Rising Sun. You lied to me!
Wear a blindfold and see how far you...
Hell no. You know that's a thing, right? To play a game blindfolded.
Oh, yes.
Like, I've seen people
Shard.
play games like Punch-Out blindfolded.
I win!
You didn't press hard enough. Well, I don't want to break the controller.
Well, at least you're not throwing the controller at the TV.
This is definitely a plus. This is the hardest part about this whole thing. This is the way to get chunks, and...
Welcome, Woody.
Oh, is this gonna work?
Very well.
We are 1,000 away from being able to upgrade. Damn it. I officially hate this game.
You do?
No, just because we were like 1,000 blood echoes away from leveling up. I was like, oh, really? You're going to go and make me get 1,000 blood echoes? Really? That's about as dumb as having Aaron from the Game Grumps have to go in and get an additional joy pendant. How many people like collecting things in Zelda?
I do.
Okay, I stand corrected.
Watch when I'll try and 100% complete Breath of the Wild.
All for the Golden Poop Award, huh?
The Golden Poop Award.
That's what it is.
And then
The item even says it smells funny. It's the Golden Poop Award. Congratulations, you can be like Electronic Arts.
And then I will show it to ya.
Have fun with that. I will be far away. Far, far away. Gonna go watch anime, then then to bed. Good night. Good night, Rising Sun.
Good night.
Good to see you.
No, you need to go straight to bed. You don't need to watch anime.
No, you don't need no stinking animus. Oh, God damn it! Really?
Well. he met you at halfway.
They did. They all did. Okay, is that it?
Shard. Shard.
Okay.
You trying to fight him on the frickin' stage? Let me guess, a shard on you.
Now you got it. Oh, Twin.
Oh.
You were wrong. You were wrong, Andrea. Oh!
Well, then it's nice to be wrong. We know they... What's the most annoying thing to grind for rare items?
There's so many. Just depends on the game. There really are so many. Is that the kids?
Yeah.
Oh, are they crying or?
It just sounds like Arya.
Oh, she's just playing. Yep, that makes sense.
Welcome, what is...
Okay, channel
Very
Blood
well.
Echoes. We're gonna do another skill one.
Farewell, good mate.
Yeah. Okay, well...
Well, we got 15 minutes left.
Do we really want to do another round? It might actually be a good time to call it. If I've got to go grind, then I don't want to bore people to tears.
True.
As much as I was hoping to be able to get a break in or something like that, yeah, probably might be actually a better idea to just head to bed. So, yeah, let's go ahead and call it there. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I was really hoping to be able to down a boss, but I think I'm going to need to do some character work, and then we could try it again. We will be back tomorrow. I'm not quite sure on the time, but it probably isn't what's on the schedule just because we are changing schedules a little bit. Given my oldest now has appointments in the afternoon. So I will keep you guys up to speed, but we will be streaming some God of War 2. So you guys can join us for that tomorrow, as well as Thursday. I will be doing another solo gameplay stream. I don't know necessarily what we're going to be streaming, but we are going to be testing indie games on the PC because I want to see how well they run with the new graphics card. So hopefully I will see you guys then. Until then, have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Wait, bye-bye, Andrea.
Bye.